Hi, everyone. Welcome to our next episode and our next installment of your growth process as a leader. And I want to just talk about some basic leadership concepts this week. And the first one I want to talk about is all growing leaders are looking for and getting connected with new people. You know, really to function in life and to function in any kind of social society, it's an exchange program. So, we can hardly do anything alone. You didn't even come into this world alone. You needed help to even get born, to even be alive today. And we need cooperation with other people. We need exchange with other people. And to do that, it always is better if we can develop good, deep, meaningful relationships. Leadership is all about that. Leadership is all about people and their issues, which most leaders like that until I get to that second part. Leadership's all about people. Oh, good. I'm a people person. Then I ought to be, good with leadership until I add that and their issues onto it, because it starts with you. The first person you have to lead is you. The first person you have to deal with is you. The first person you have to get a strong understanding of their issues is you and your issues, because you're a leader everywhere you go. A really good friend of mine back in the 80s, Briggs Gordon, a good Kentuckian, he told me once, no matter where you go, there you are. And that's exactly true in leadership. No matter where you go, you're a leader, because your influence is never neutral. You're either influencing someone or someone is influencing you. Even though you think that you're really not saying anything or doing anything, your influence can be felt by other people no matter where you are. Second point I want to bring up as far as leadership is concerned this week is all growing leaders are experiencing new pain, because growth is pain. That's why we call it growing pains. Because if we just keep doing the same old thing, getting the same old results, that's not painful for most people, because we're used to it, we're accustomed to it. If we go down to the gym to do a workout program and we just keep the same 50 pounds on there for 20 years, that'll be no problem at all. There'll be no resistance. There'll be no tearing of the muscle tissue. There'll be no new blood flowing in there. And so it'll become stagnant, and we'll actually start flowing backwards instead of going forward, because the only way to go forward is to meet resistance head on and go back against it. Because what happens is it causes you to grow stronger the more weight you put on. Same way with leadership. If you just keep doing the same things over and over again, you're going to get the same result. We cannot solve the new problems that were created by using the same old techniques. So we have to come up with new things, new pain to go through in order to grow as a leader. The pain you feel today is the strength you're going to feel tomorrow. And pain is weakness escaping, right? Because the more pain you face and more pain you feel, the more you can hang in there, then the more you work through that. And then you get new challenges, new discomforts, and new pains means you're going to the next level. The third thing I want to bring up with you today about leadership is all growing leaders are finding themselves in new places. All growing leaders are finding themselves in new places. So if you're on a journey, and I'm reminded of the group, the Israel group in the Bible, where they spent 40 years going around the same mountain, right? Looking for a new place. And they spent 40 years looking for the new place, but they never changed their map. They never changed their route. They never changed their trajectory, so they kept seeing the same old rocks and the same old hills and the same old bushes and the same old places. But all growing leaders are finding themselves in new places. When you find yourself in a place that is different and unfamiliar and new, you know that you're growing. And people need leaders, because leaders take people to places they would not go alone. If people could go to new places by themselves, and they had a tendency to do that, we wouldn't need leaders. But we need leaders to take people to new places that they would not go by themselves. Being in new places And new situations causes uncertainty, and sometimes uncertainty and fear make us nervous, but is the growing leader who leverages that to their advantage, because pain means growth. So number 4 is, keep going from our last 3, number 4 is all growing leaders need people and experiences to provide new perspectives. As a leader, it's important that you are open to other people's ideas and concepts and thoughts, because you don't know it all and you can't see it all. The thing is that we as human beings all have blind spots. And I usually use the analogy of when you're driving your automobile, you have several feedback devices available to you. You have the speedometer, you have the odometer, you have the tachometer, you have the oil pressure gauge, you have the temperature gauge, you have the turn signal indicator, you have the indicator that tells you whether or not your headlights are on high beam or low beam. You have the mirrors. You have a mirror on the right, you have a mirror on the left, you have a mirror in the center, and all these feedback devices are designed to give you perspective and feedback on how you're operating the automobile. So let me ask you this question. As a person, as a leader who's walking through life, who's involved in an organization and is responsible for certain things and for certain people, what feedback devices are you using to give you a better perspective on how you're doing and how you're leading? And I would suggest to you that other people are a powerful tool for giving you new perspectives. I'm always amazed at how stupid I was yesterday. I'm always amazed at how stupid I was last week, how stupid I was 2 weeks ago, because the information is always doubling, the information is always changing. We're learning things that we thought just a couple of years ago were impossible. Now they're simple and easy to do. So all growing leaders need people, first and foremost, and experiences to provide new perspectives on how we view things and how we see things. Dr. Stephen Covey said it best. He said, "We do not see life as it really is. We see life as we are." So looking through our own lenses of our past experiences and our preferences and our behaviors and our motivations, we see life through our own glasses. And sometimes the perspective of other people help us see things differently, which provides extreme value in being a leader. Sometimes our new experiences help us create a new viewpoint. And when I say I'm surprised how stupid I was last week, I may have a new viewpoint this week where I've just completely had what we call a paradigm shift, right? So my box was over here. Now I've jumped out of that box and I'm completely in a different way of viewing things, or a different paradigm, because I've experienced something different. Number 5 is all leaders are embarking on new preparation. One of the major reasons why leaders fail and people fail is that they fail to prepare. Every place you go has a price associated with it. It's almost like a stair-step effect. If you want to take a step up to the next level, if you want to go to a new place, you've got to pay a new price. So if you want to pay the right price, part of that is the price of being prepared, the price of studying, the price of journaling, the price of being introspective, the price of playing detective with yourself, the price of being observant. So all those are prices to be paid for you to have excellent preparation to go to the next place that has a new price tag associated with it. The importance of this particular program is for your future. Remember, development is all about helping you develop skills that you're going to need in the future. Going to a new place, paying a new price, going to a new location or a new level. So in your journal, I want you to think about those things. I've got a homework assignment for you too, but I want you to, in your journal, I want you to think about the new perspectives. What are some of the ways that you used to view things? And what are some of the ways that you view things now? And so make 2 columns. One column, I used to think this, but now I think this. And you'll see a difference in the way you view things and a difference in your perspective. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to find 3 people. Now this is called a 3-5. Okay, I want you to find 3 people that know you fairly well, but not well enough that they will hedge or tell you something that's not true because they don't want to hurt your feelings or they don't want to be honest with you. So very close friends and family might not be the best people to go to because they love us just the way we are, right? And so to create some change, you need to go to some people that will be honest with you and tell you the truth. But go to 3 people and have them tell you 5 things about yourself. 5 things that they've observed about you. And be sure and tell them, hey, this is really important to me, so just don't gloss it over and tell me some stuff that, don't just fluff it up. Tell me some real truth about myself. So go to 3 people, ask them to tell you 5 things that they've observed about you, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? So go do that for your homework exercise this week, and I will see you next time in our next step of your growth and development process as a leader.